Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
For over 30 years, Vanguard Outdoors has made the gear that turns a regular hunt into another fine day of field. We know that a good shooting stick or a nice pair of binoculars can make or break your day. Our design teams include serious hunters who work hard to bring you the best sporting optics, shooting sticks, tripods, bags, and more. We are Vanguard Outdoors.
Hello everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we have an exciting show to share with you this week. If you've been keeping track over the last couple of weeks, you know that Jordan has been chasing the buck of a lifetime for this entire archery season. Last weekend, he was able to catch up within bow range of that buck. You won't want to miss the footage he has to share with us. And if you haven't seen the previous few weeks, we are going to bring you up to date with his part 1 and part 2 of the archery season, chasing after that buck. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And Jimmy's got a special tradition in store for us this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. The tradition is that every year in the last show before the start of the firearm deer season that we bring you the poem Palace and the Popples to get you excited for the start of the firearm deer season here in the great state of Michigan. We're going to do that and we have a great show, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by
Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's destination since 1988, featuring varieties of homemade sausage, jerky, brats, and gourmet entrees. Holiday gift boxes can be assembled in-store or online. Details at countrysmokehouse.com.
By DR Trailer Sales. From job sites to weekend adventures, we've got you covered, with locations in Milan and White Pigeon, Michigan. We carry PJ, Big Tex, Diamond C, and more. More information is available at drtrailer.net.
At Boss Shot Shells, we make all our shot shells right here in Michigan and deliver them direct to your door.
Well, it's October 5th and it is unseasonably warm, but I am happy to be back in the tree stand. It's like 80 degrees tonight. Last night was like 90, so it's a little bit cooler tonight. I'm really excited about the spot that I'm in. This is a food plot that I put a lot of time and effort into this year, and the results have just been incredible. It's the best food plot I've ever established, and it's not even close. I have actually never killed a buck out of a food plot, so I've been doing them for a long time. Shot quite a few does out of food plots, but never have killed a buck, so maybe we'll change that tonight. Put a lot of work into the property this year. Planted about 1,200 trees earlier this spring. Followed that up with 11 acres of native grasses and established 2 new food plots as part of a bigger CRP project that we've been working on. A lot of little things that we've done here and there, and of course with the CRP the first year there's a lot of maintenance, so we had to mow all the grass down, which took a long time, and I had to do that twice. Just a lot of work that goes into it. So maybe for the first time in my life, October wasn't something I was waiting for. It kind of snuck up on me, and I'm excited that it's here. Kind of hard to believe, really. Everything seems to be going by so fast anymore that hardly blink and deer season's here. So really just happy to be back out here.
Coming into the 2025 deer season, I was focused on one buck in particular, a deer I knew well from the year before, that I had found both sheds to and seen a handful of times leading up to season. As the trail camera pictures started rolling in, he was really the only good buck I was getting pictures of, so I focused all of my attention on him.
Well, it's October 7th, back out tonight. It's actually Jenny's birthday today, so maybe some good luck. As you can see, I'm sitting in a blind, which is something I very rarely do with a bow and arrow. Not because they're not effective necessarily, I just like sitting in a tree stand. So I'm hunting one area basically for one buck, and when he's in here, he tends to do the same thing. But we have a big north wind today. We had about a 20-degree temperature change, and the north wind makes it really tough for where he's been. So I decided I'd sit in an area where I might see him, and you never know, coin flip, he's probably not going to walk past this blind, but he has before, especially last year. I got some footage out of him this blind. I could have shot him out of this blind last year, so it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but we might see him. I was able to get in here pretty easy. I can get out of here pretty easy, and my wind's much better for this spot than the alternative, so sit tight, see what happens.
About a half hour before I ran out of light, I spotted the buck I was hoping to see on the other side of the field. As predicted, he didn't come anywhere near the blind I was in. However, this would be the first of several encounters I would have with him.
Well, back out here tonight, just climbed into a blind. Not my preferred method for bow hunting, that's for sure. This is the second time I've ended up in one so far this season. Mainly just because I can't get good winds. There's a ton of northeast winds so far, and it's been hot, and it's just been really difficult to get to some of my better tree stands. However, the buck that I'm chasing did walk right by this blind the last time I saw him. So I sat here 6 days ago, saw the big buck I've been after across the field. 2 days later, wind switch, I was able to go hunt the stand I have across the field. He came out on that side too far away, and then came all the way across the field and literally made a scrape right underneath this blind. That was Thursday, it's Monday, so that was the last time that I saw him, was Thursday night. He was all over the place, made a bunch of scrapes. Haven't seen him or got a picture of him since, but also haven't been able to hunt this area since just because of the wind. And back in here tonight, gonna need some luck, but that's always the case, so we'll see what happens.
As I somewhat expected, the big buck did make his way to the field, coming out within bow range of the stand I was sitting in last time I saw him, and never making it anywhere near the blind I was in. The next night, I was able to sneak out into that same stand only to have him pop out in the field about 100 yards away. A few days later, I was back in the blind, just trying to stay dry.
Well, I'm back in the blind tonight, and I'm thankful that I'm in here and not in a tree stand. I actually wanted to go sit in a tree with my reindeer tonight because there's a couple of storms rolling through, and it's supposed to clear out and be pretty nice in the evening. Because the camera gear decided that I couldn't really do that because there was a chance of rain, and it's currently pouring. So I am happy to be in here, hoping that this is just a small storm that blows through and the deer will get back to normal. Actually, I saw a few deer right off the bat because I got in. It was still pretty nice, and there's just a wall of rain coming. Yeah. Yep, good to be in the blind tonight. Cat and mouse game continues. He just stepped out right in front of the tree stand that I've been hunting him in the most. It's like 30 yards from the tree. But it's pretty early. It's about 5:50. Depending on what this rain does, he could be on his feet for a while. He's gonna have to cover some ground to get here, but definitely possible.
After pushing a few does around the field, he did end up coming my way, making it to about 50 yards before I ran out of light. This marked my closest encounter yet, and over the next several days, he would continue to be visible and elusive, but as October came to a close, his patterns started to shift.
Once again, right in front of the tree stand, where I've tried to hunt him a couple of times. He's a little ways out from it this time, probably 40 yards, but every time I sit there, he doesn't walk by. Well, back at it tonight, where the whole season really started for me. Sitting on a small food plot, still after the same buck. It's been a grind. He's been a tough deer to figure out. Although I saw him a lot early in October. Later in October, he's kind of disappeared, so kind of just not sure what to do. So going back to some historical stuff, what he did last year. I know he was alive as of 2 days ago, and just kind of going off that. This food plot is kind of set up downwind of the bedding area he's been using. Obviously, November 2nd, I don't think he's got food on his mind, so I don't think he'll come here for that. But there's a couple scrapes on this food plot. He might come here just to check those, so I'll be as surprised as anyone if he steps out here, but gotta keep trying. We're gonna be running out of days here.
October came and went with only the one close call, and the first few days of November, he was nowhere to be found.
It is a windy night to be in the tree, but it's November 3rd. I mean, this week of the year, if you're a bow hunter, you wait all year for, and weather is less important. These deer are going to be up on their feet. If there's a doe coming in the heat, it's not going to matter what the weather's doing. So I'm nothing if not persistent. After the same buck that has made me look pretty foolish throughout the year. Haven't seen him in a few days, no pictures. Just kind of sticking with it. Kind of looking at what he did last year and hoping he shows back up. Just going to keep hunting him as hard as I can, smart as I can, and hope it works out.
After not seeing the buck for several days, I was caught off guard when he stepped out of the timber at less than 60 yards. With a few does and scrapes nearby, it seemed inevitable that he'd work his way towards me. As I prepared for the shot opportunity I had waited for all year, he bumped a doe directly away from me and eventually chased her all the way around the tree and out of sight. Over the next few days, I was in the tree as much as possible, still waiting for a chance. Throughout the first week of November, I spent a significant portion of my time in the tree thinking through the previous encounters I'd had with the buck, taking detailed notes on the wind and weather conditions when I did and did not see him. I eventually came to the conclusion that he was likely using a small bedding area that I had overlooked, mainly because I assumed he was using the same area as last year. This change was subtle, but important when it came to wind direction, and it changed my mindset heading in to the next hunt.
Well, I'm back in a familiar spot, but hunting it with a different wind direction tonight. I'm starting to think that this buck might be bedded in a different area that would have been downwind of this stand the other 2 times I hunted it. It's a pretty small spot, but I've seen bucks use it in the past, so we'll see. I haven't seen him since the 3rd, but I do have some trail camera pictures recently, so I know he's still in the area. It's also possible that at this point in the season, I'm just starting to overthink everything. So I'll just keep on keeping on and see what happens.
As the light started to fade, I heard a branch break on the backside of the tree, and within seconds, out stepped the buck I had been chasing all year, within bow range for the first time.
Brett. Oh no. I think I just killed the biggest buck of my life. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought the shot looked perfect. I heard a little crash. That happened out of nowhere. It can just happen so fast this time of year. I've hunted that buck so hard. Just a lot of time and effort throughout the year, throughout the season, time away from family, time away from my wife. It just happened like that. I've been so frustrated the last week or two trying to figure this deer out. Trying to keep things in perspective, knowing that it is just a deer, but also knowing it's the biggest deer I've ever had the opportunity to hunt. It's a deer that we passed up a bunch last year, hoping, that he'd make it another year to get this opportunity, and there's so much that goes into it. I hope the shot was where I thought it was. That's always a really important part for me. I can't say much more until I know what happened. But I think I just killed the biggest buck of my life.
I decided to stay in the tree for the rest of the night, making a few phone calls and watching the footage over and over. By the time we went out to track, I had an entire crew of friends and family there to help.
We gotta find blood. I know. Found some! Alright, Hallie, wait for Daddy. They definitely. We have to be over here because the blood trails.
Good job. All right, keep following them.
Professional trackers. There's the whole trail.
Yep.
All right, Ellie, up there. Cora, you want to go up there?
There you go up by Hadley.
No, seriously, I found a whole bunch.
Keep following. Yep, you're doing great, honey.
I do.
All right, keep looking.
I found it. I found it. Oh my God.
Look at this thing. Oh my goodness.
I know. Good job, Dad.
Thank you, honey.
It's because that's why he started at the water came out there.
Awesome, Julie.
Jeez,
Here, hold them up.
Looks like he's 10.
Hold them up so we can see him. Why did he have his tongue out? I know, because
Thank you.
the arrow hit it.
Does anybody want to?
Landon's first track job.
First track job.
Yeah. Well, kind of at a loss for words. I think we had about 25 people out here for the track. A lot of people knew that I was chasing this buck and have been chasing him all year, and just incredibly thankful. I mean, a once in a lifetimer. Biggest buck I've ever killed. Very easily could be the biggest buck I ever kill. So to get it done with a bow after a whole season of chasing this buck, just incredible. I don't know what else to say, and have everybody out here celebrating and the kids tracking the buck, and this is, feeling very grateful. Really incredible buck, and that's a wrap for my season, so can't beat it.
I'm incredibly thankful to have had the opportunity to hunt this buck, and even more grateful for the support system around me that allows me to spend so much time in the tree. Whether you're waiting for that big buck or looking to fill the freezer, I hope all the deer hunters out there enjoy their time in the woods as much as I do.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned. Next week, we will catch you up on everything that happened out in the woods with cameras rolling this weekend for the firearm deer season opener. I'll be sticking close to home and hunting here in Southeast Michigan. Actually, Matt and I will be hosting a few friends and family for deer camp here at our house. So we'll let you know how that goes. And Jimmy will have his camera rolling in a different part of the state.
Well, that's right, Jenny. I'm going to be kind of in the mid-Michigan area near the town of Sparta, and I'm going to be tagging along with some hunters there. And from what I hear, they have a pretty cool buck pull in that area, so we'll check that out. And now it is time for our Palace and the Popple poem that we bring you every year this time of the year to get you excited for the start of the firearm deer season right here in the great state of Michigan. Good luck, everybody.
It's a smoky, raunchy boar's nest with an unswept, drafty floor, with pillow-ticking curtains and knife scars in the door. The smell of a pine knot fire from a stovepipe that's come loose mingles sweetly with the boot grease and the Copenhagen snooze. There are work-worn 30-30s with scratched and battered stocks and drying lines of long johns and steaming, pungent socks. There's a table for the bloody four and their game of two-card draw. There's deep and dreamless sleeping on bunk ticks stuffed with straw. Frank's been drafted for cook again and is peeling some spuds for stew, while Bruce wanders by in baggy drawers reciting dangerous Dan McGrew. Nowhere on earth is fire so warm or coffee so infernal, nor whiskers so stiff, jokes so rich, or where hope blooms so eternal. A guy could live for a solid week in the same old underbritches and walk like a man and spit where he wants and scratch himself where it itches. I tell you boys, there is no place else I'd rather be come fall, where I eat like a bear and sing like a wolf and feel like I'm bull pine tall. In that raunchy cabin up in the north, in the land of the deer and the loon, with the tracking snow lying new to the ground at the end of the rutting moon.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by
Get away from it all to your own place. With Greenstone's recreational land loans, we'll help you finance acreage of any size so you can own your own place in the great outdoors. Greenstone.
by Great Lakes Firearms and Ammunition, a family-owned and operated firearm manufacturer in Sparta, Michigan, offering a wide variety of calibers and colors, backed by a lifetime warranty. More information available at glfallc.com. By Saab, providing defense and civil security products and services for over 85 years and now part of the Grayling community with our new advanced munitions facility. Career opportunities are available. More information at saabinc.com. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit, January 8th through 11th at Novi Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features fishing tackle, trips, boats, and seminars from top pros. The Ultimate Fishing Show, Novi.
Closed captioning brought to you by Double D Ranch Foundation, a nonprofit 501c3 foundation working to make hunting and fishing accessible for those with disabilities.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hand.